Let's have a look inside. Do-dee-doo-dee-doo. I am gonna have to admit to you that I didn't skim it. I tried, and I'm not ever gonna do it again. So the shower tray's in, but now what we've got to do is get our VitrA toilet frame in, and also all the associated pipework for that as well. I've got 2 frames here today, and I'll be showing you those in a minute. But first, let's have a look through the shed side. Oh, it's all dark in here. Toilet frame's gonna go in there. Our 4-inch is gonna run out of here. We will have to put a tiny little boss in as well to take the basin waste, which I'm going to admit to you, I'm gutted that I didn't just put it into the wall when I did all the timber work. Really got to make some room for me to be able to work around all this. So I've got to clean up all of this stuff here and get this cut back so I can lift this bit of worktop out of the way and get on with this job. I know I should probably do this with the circular saw, but this is just so much quicker. Right, so I want the finished floor height to be exactly pretty much the height of that shower tray that says no step at all, okay? So we're just gonna build that up there with some more self-leveler, but then we're actually gonna do, I think, a cool epoxy floor in here. That's my plan. But that matters when it comes to installing a VitrA toilet frame, because you want to be able to marry up the finished floor height to their 100 marker. I'll show you that in a sec. But firstly, let's get our finished floor height over to where we're gonna be putting the toilet. Look at the bubble. Obviously the bubble needs to come up. Need a few more of these. Always have a handy set of packers laying around ready for you to get these levels exactly spot on. So now I know the finished floor height roughly. I've got this little bit here. I can then measure up 100. Mark that there. Might as well run one over. Gorgeous. Gorgeous George. Here is our concealed cistern. This is what I'd call your top line sealed cistern, and we're going to need that for this particular toilet we're going to be fitting here in a video or two's time, because we've got a very intelligent bidet toilet to make your toileting experience incredibly brilliant. We've got our box plate, our fascia plate, our button plate cover that we need to leave on, some waste that we're going to be doing later in this vid. We've got some more waste stuff, also flush pipe, flush cones, things like that. Gubbins for the water connections, rods as well for fitting the toilet later in the vid. But most importantly, oh yeah, there is our frame. So, if you look closely, you will see that we've got our 100 mark on here and on here. There's our 100 mark from our finished floor height. This is really important. This doesn't want to be 100 above our working floor height, which is where we are at the moment. We're not finished yet. So that's going to be our finished floor height. So that needs to be lifted up to here. Just like that. Basically, so then we get that to here, and I'm lowering this down by hand, just looking until these two are lined up. Right, so that's one leg in. So VitrA supplied this as a clip mount that is for a downpipe going straight into some 4-inch. But obviously on this job, we're going to be going out of the back, then we're elbowing round outside of the shed and then off to our stack. So in this case, VitrA also supplied this little piece here. Then we get this clipped into here. So just lift this off like that. Pop that into there. Now you might be wondering how the toilet's going to fit into that. Nice and simple. This is going to be the bit that actually goes into the back of the toilet, but we've got a lot of adjustment as well. We can actually adjust this in and out, but for now, mocking that up, we've now got the exact center of where the pipe's going to be going out. So what we need to do is, generally you want a 1 in 40 drop. The reason being, if you have it way more, it can actually not wash away whatever you put down it. The water will run round it. And obviously if you have it almost flat, horizontal, nothing's going to go down it, no water or anything. So 1 in 40 is about right. The way to do that, the easiest way, we can measure 40, measure another 40, and you can also measure even another one, just like that there. So if we want 1 in 40, at this point we want to be 1 centimetre down from our centre point here. At this point, obviously 2 centimetres down, and at this point 3 centimetres down. And a really quick way to do it, we don't need to measure each one of these, we can just measure the end one to get that. Measure out 3 centimetres, like that, pop that just there like so, then have this up like that. That means now I know exactly where we need to drill through, height-wise, on that wall down there. Sticking out just there, perfect. Oh, that kickback. Thank you, kickback, you saved my life. Honestly, how good is that? That is so good. Look at that kickback control. Gold! The size of the bird poos down here, colossal. It's like a pterodactyl. There's our hole, all ready to go. So just cleaning away some of the mud so we can get a socket on there and then start getting our actual 4-inch waste pipe in. I know you're gonna have a go at me for cutting the pipe with a wood saw. I'm a very naughty boy, but I chamfered it off afterwards and it went in a treat. I measured out my drop, got all my brackets in, and then got all my fittings on, ready to continue the job the next day. We have nicely and successfully got our 4-inch out. So our 4-inch for the toilet comes out of here, drops straight down
into this 4-inch pipe.
We've got our waste pipe here for the shower that we're going to elbow into this in a minute. And then we've got a lovely drop running down all the way. And what I'm probably going to shove the Durgo just here. I want to build a lean-to above this. And I don't have to worry about 45ing a 4-inch pipe through that rooftop and all the rest of it. One thing I really love about VitrA is the fact that they try to make things as simple and as easy as possible. You just get the frame. You've got these nice little orange pieces here. Just run it through like that. Push it really hard. And that's it, they're in. Nice and easy for you to adjust on the front with a big fat slotted screwdriver. We then have these little bars here. We can then slide all the way up and down or screw all the way up and down here. Very easy for us to get in and out. We can then put a massive beam of wood across the back, a good fixing at the top. I'm just going to ping across a laser there. What does that say, Callum?
51.7.
I like to get the top piece of wood in first before I do the feet. So once that's in, we can go round to the feet and get them installed. Super simple because we've already got our 100cm heights marked and the frame is front and back level because that's how the wall has been constructed. So we just mark the holes at the bottom, drill our holes, and then use the supplied plugs and massive sturdy screws to screw down the feet of the V-Fix Prime. After that, we can pop round the other side. I just pilot out my holes into our huge batten that we've put in and then get the top brackets screwed in with the big supplied screws. Once that's done, we use the supplied locking nuts to lock the main top bolts in place. The V-Fix Prime is now installed and it's not moving anywhere. The next stage is to get the water supply connected. What we want to do, this piece here, drops in there like that, because the whole idea is once these are installed, and this is all tiled, you should be able to do everything through this hatch here. We are just going to pop on the valve, making sure it's shut, pop that on under here. Now you don't have to tighten that up loads because it seals up on an O-ring, so you don't have to keep tightening it up like mad. The O-ring itself is what does the sealing. Now remember, I'm installing a smart toilet bidet on this job, and the sharp-eyed among you will be thinking, how is he going to get a water supply down to the toilet? I'll be showing you that once all the tiling's on, it's quality. But once we got the cold water first fixed, it was a really simple job just for us to get our 4-inch soil stack connected up from all our work earlier on in this video. The drops worked out fine, and I've got the peace of mind knowing that I'm not going to have any problems getting the actual final connections done because of those small adjustment pieces that VitrA build into this frame. Now it's just a matter of getting our electrical supply installed. So we need to supply an electrical supply up here to where our panel and plate is, and that obviously needs to be reduced voltage. We're not going to be doing that in 240 volt. Our 240 volt comes in on these little Wagos here, and we'll be popping that first fix in the back here in a minute. But for now, we can actually pop this little cover off, and this little baby actually lives in here like that, all happy and chilled. Now, if you think that if it goes wrong, you're not going to be able to get at it, that's not the case, because to do that, you just remove the toilet and you will have a cutout here later on that will allow you to get in there and fix it. So, but I do like the way they've supplied a little threader. Got our conduit here on the side, and out it comes. The good thing is you can even do that when this is all tiled and finished. And there we go. That's up and in. And when we're installing the toilet, which will happen later in this series, this just pops in there. Happy as Larry. Now it's time to tile. It's worth mentioning if you don't want all the features in the frame that I'm fitting here, because for instance you're not fitting a smart toilet, you can also get the V-Fix core frame. This still incorporates the stop valve, an adjustable flush, an adjustable clamp, a fill valve, eccentric adapter, and also insulation on the tank to stop condensation, plus the standard 3 options of water inlet. So we've got the electrics in now, but the thing I want to show you is what happens up here. This is so good because as you can see, we still don't have our water connection in yet running down to the toilet. We've got our control wire up there ready to talk back to the toilet when we've got all our panel on and also our flush plate and everything in. So firstly, we make up a small manifold like that. This is going to go into our valve. This piece here is going to run down to our toilet, and this small piece here is going to go to our fill valve for our toilet flush. So I don't even need our little wire for this. I can just pop this in here into that hole there, and then with any luck we should see it pop out of here on this little hole just there. There we go, like that. Grab that with a pair of long nose pliers, just help it through. All these connections here are done on rubber O-rings. You don't have to worry about tightening them up like mad. Finger tight is fine. Make things a bit easier, just pop these out of the way. Inside here we've got a small filter as well, which really helps when it comes to the noise of a toilet filling up and keeps any stuff like limescale away from the working parts of the loo. Just get that pushed on like so. And the same goes for this here. So there are our connections ready for our bidet toilet. Now just to pop this on so we don't lose it later, a tiny bit of tape over the end, just stop anything going in that while we continue our work. In the next video in this series, we'll be installing a beautiful shower valve, of course the VitrA V-Fix Prime and its gorgeous control plate. You can watch that video right now by clicking here.